Hello friends, Mandar here. I'm back with another video. This video is for somebody who has recently moved from United States to Canada in the tech industry for job purpose, or somebody who is in the process of moving from US to Canada because of the visa issues that are in the US. There are some tips I wanted to provide in terms of working for a Canadian company versus US company from Canada. So if you're interested in this topic, watch this video until the end and let's get started. If you are here for the first time, welcome. My name is Mandar and I make immigration related videos for US and Canada. I'm not an immigration lawyer, so anything that I say on this video or on my channel is for information purpose only. And for your specific immigration needs, you should hire a competent immigration attorney. So as you know, many people from the backlog countries for the EB category of green card, such as from India, have to wait long in line for several number of years before they can see the day of light for their green card. This time can extend anywhere between 5 to 10 or even more number of years since the time they come into the country. This can have a big impact on their day-to-day life in terms of planning to buy certain things such as house or planning a family. If they are on some non-immigrant visa such as H1 or L1 and have been extending their visas for a long time, it can also have impact on their job changes as well as starting a business or things like that. So if they find themselves in a situation where their priority date for the green card processing is yet to be current or is going to take several number of years, many people contemplate moving to countries such as Canada. Canada is in a close proximity to the United States, it's just up north, and it provides similar lifestyle and quality of life as United States. So this pathway to Canadian permanent residency not only gives them the freedom but also a liberty to switch jobs and do some business and live their life freely. Now, if you are stuck in this endless backlog of green card, you might consider asking your employer if you can work from Canada. So Canadian permanent residency program is pretty straightforward. If you meet certain number of points and certain qualifications, your pathway to permanent residency of Canada is pretty firm. Now, what are the options? There are a couple of options. You can do your permanent residency for Canada while still being in the United States, and then once you get your permanent residency, you can do the landing and move to Canada. You can find a new job with a Canadian employer and start your life in Canada that way. The other option is if you are working for a multinational company in the United States that has a presence in Canada, you may want to talk to your employer about moving to Canada and working from Canada in the same job, in the same profile, but just from Canada. That will allow you to obtain your Canadian permanent residency and even Canadian citizenship while also maintaining your job in the United States. Now, this is not possible with every employer. This is only possible with somebody who is willing to support you in your role and who may have an option to allow you to work from a different country in the same job profile. Now, there is a third category where some people move to Canada and work in the United States. Now, how is this possible? If you live in some of the border towns such as Detroit or Seattle and you have another corresponding border town in Vancouver or as in Toronto or GTA area in Toronto, then this might be an option for you. So when you live in a border town, you can live in Canada and commute to United States while maintaining your employment in the United States. Now this has several different tricks to it. You will need to maintain your work visa in the United States. Even if you live in Canada on permanent residency, if you need to travel to United States to do your job, then you need to maintain a work permit in United States, which is H1B or some other visa. You'll also need to have your H1B stamped on your passport. That way you will be able to cross the border without any hassles. Or in this pandemic situation, you might just be working from home in Canada for a US employer. In that case, you may just occasionally need to travel to United States, but still that will require you some sort of a visa. Now, remember, there are tax obligations on both sides of the border. Since you are maintaining your residence in Canada, full-time residence in Canada, you will be obligated to file Canadian taxes. But since you are working in the United States in a particular state, you will be obligated to file United States federal and state income tax as well. So remember, if you are in a situation where you are living across the border in Canada but working in US, you will have tax obligation for both the countries. Now mind you, you may not be double taxed because there are provisions where you can, if filed properly, you'll not be double taxed, but you'll need to carefully fill out the right forms on both sides of the border or work with a tax consultant in order to file proper taxes on both the sides and not having to pay double the taxes. Now, as I was talking, if your employer has a presence in Canada, so then if they have an entity, legal entity in Canada, say for instance their main headquarters is in US but they have a Canadian subsidiary, they may be willing to let you work from Canada on the same job that you are currently doing in the United States without any changes. The only change that they will do is start your payroll in Canada instead of running it in United States. That way you'll be an employee of Canadian subsidiary of that company and you will not be working in the United States. That way you will be just paying your taxes in Canada and that's about it. But if your employer does not have a legal entity in Canada, in terms of they don't have a subsidiary in Canada, then they may not be able to pay you in Canada. They will still have to pay you in United States, which means you'll be obligated to pay United States taxes for federal and state, as well as file Canadian tax returns because your primary residence is in Canada. Now somebody asked me, can a US employer allow you to work in Canada and pay you in Canada? That is not possible because they need to have a presence, a legal presence in Canada in order to be able to run payroll and pay payroll taxes in Canada. If they don't have that entity, it's not going to be possible for them to pay in Canada. Then even if you are working in Canada, you will need to be paid in United States, and then that tax complication will need to be resolved. Now another question is, what about social security taxes and Medicare taxes in US versus Canadian CPP and EI? So it all depends where you are getting paid. As I said, if your employer does not have an entity in Canada and if they are paying you in United States, then you will be obligated to pay social security tax as well as the Medicare tax. But instead, if your employer has a legal entity in Canada and if they are paying you in Canada, then you will only be obligated to pay CPP and EI, which is applicable in Canada. In that case, you will not be paying for your social security insurance in US because you are not residing there and you are not getting paid there. Another advantage, if you have a visa for US and a permanent residency in Canada, you are eligible to get a Nexus card. So if you are traveling through the land border, or if you will be flying across, you will be able to use the Nexus card, which is the fast service lane at the airports or a special lane at the road crossings. That way you will save some time in the commute while crossing the border. Now some other questions that I get typically in this scenario where people are working from Canada for a US employer. Do you need to close all your bank accounts and things like that before you move to Canada? And the answer is no. You can still leave your checking, savings and investment accounts back in the US while you move to Canada. The only thing to remember is if you are getting any kind of gains such as capital gains or interest or making any money in the US, you will be obligated to file your tax returns. Even if you are making any passive income, say you have a rental property in the United States, you will still be required to file US tax returns. And as I mentioned earlier, you'll still be required to maintain your visa status to come back and forth as needed to work for the company. So those were some of the quick things that I wanted to mention for people who are in this situation, contemplating whether they should move to Canada or not, and what are the options available for them. So these are some of the tax obligations and visa obligations that you'll need to remember. And also remember, if you're working with your current employer in the US, whether they have an entity in Canada, because that will make a lot of difference in the way you file your taxes and in the way you carry out your current work with the existing employer. So I hope this video was helpful for you. If you like this video, please hit the like button and consider subscribing to my channel, and I will see you in the next one.